Hello everyone, this is Akuchi back with some more Dominion. So far I'm the only person who has played any matches in my division, but they've gone well to say the least. So on to the third match, up against Student, and away we go. I have not played Student. They put underscores at the beginning of their name to come first in the alphabetical order. I don't feel great about that, but let's see how they play Dominion. So we got plenty of trashing here. Architect's Guild. No 5-cost cards except Cutthroat. Hmm. So the draw here is kind of weak. We have Sheepdog Steward, which terminally increase hand size by 2. Probably not going to play with a Golem. So I probably want to open Rope Steward, I think. It's okay to get a Border Guard on a Steward trash turn. I mean, that's a fine card. I don't think Young Witch is very good. And this is before I looked at the Bane. So I think we're going to do Rope Steward. Oh, right. Importer means we have a lot of that going on. Hmm. Sure. I mean, we can do that. We can do that. Ultimately, I am going to want a plaza. Are we going to want to play with Cutthroat? Probably. So I wouldn't mind hanging on to a couple. It's like some favors for that. Because the 4s are a lot better than the 3s. So do I want, like, a second Steward? I'm going to end up playing with some plazas, right? Border Guard is like the low risk kind of move. Like, gives us a pretty clean shuffle. We're going to get thin kind of fast enough between probably a pair of ropes and a steward. But it is good to have extra draw. Definitely on the fence here. Stewards colliding is usually not a big deal. And it still isn't. It is a little bit unfortunate, though. Hmm. I'm going to try it, though. And this is bad. So normally I'd get a rope here, but since we have 2 stewards, I think I'll get a plaza. It's still unlikely that we collide, but definitely possible. In terms of activating sheepdogs mid-turn, I'm not really seeing much here. Well, that's an interesting choice. So this was an unfortunate shuffle, but not catastrophic. Well, this is bad. Why did I get that plaza for? Next turn, we'll probably hit 5. I don't like these importers very much. If I get a cutthroat, I probably do need to get another plaza, though, not a rope. Little annoying. Importer can activate sheepdogs, so I guess it does have that going for it. Don't want to discard. Okay, so here we can do 2 cards and 2 coins. Not that it really matters. It does let us get a gold if we want to, but that seems not like what I want to do. Opponent has like 4 border cards. I mean, it's a pretty good card. So we have trash slightly more than our opponent. Only slightly. I probably should have left the steward top decked. Thinking about it some more. Discarding the copper also had some value. Thank you. Not this one. Okay, that's unlucky. I guess we'll get another rope now. Because I do want a pair of ropes. Seems good to me. I don't expect to trash with Stewart anymore. And that's a bit annoying. So I'm going to draw one card, but I think I want to guarantee that I have something to trash. I don't need a second Plaza. Uh, hmm. I wish I had discarded a coin with Plaza. Yeah, that was misplayed. I really want to get a gold, you know? Maybe our opponent will do it. They've got the importers going, which, again, I don't think I want to mess with. It's not like we necessarily want to be the one to get the gold first. Kind of a weird situation. I could have gotten another cutthroat, actually. Yeah, that would have been smart. Unless our opponent ends up getting a cutthroat here. Oh, we got attacked, right. So we should be able to hit 6 here if we don't get attacked. But yeah, that was a dumb third rope. Unnecessary. I don't know, hopefully our opponent buys a gold here. They did discard the importer, didn't they? Ah, because they have two. Okay. Trashing again. Okay. I don't know. Going for the sheepdogs, that makes sense. Do we get the gold? And we have some overdraw. Have a lot of trashing coming up. We might as well. You know, that's awful. Hmm. Alright, we'll take the doubloons. Actually, hold on. How does this work? Yeah, so we give them a doubloons. That's pretty cool. And we only have the 1+ buy, which is a little bit awkward. Next turn, I mean. Boy. Well, this is weird. No denying it. I think I might gain a second cutthroat. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter. The importer thing, I don't know. I'm just I think I'm kind of in a bad spot. I think I'll keep 1 copper. The sheepdog deck is still a little bit finicky, but interesting. Are they gonna keep the doubloons on top? This is wacky. I don't know what to do on this kingdom. I think the importer sheepdog thing is probably correct. I have a rope down there. Yeah. It is pretty important. This is rough. I don't know. I do not know. how to play this game. I'd like to trash a copper, you know? I think it's important. Okay. You gotta be kidding me. That's messed up. That is messed up. So we're gonna have lost the plaza split. We've lost pretty much everything. Unlucky. You can argue maybe we should have kept the border village or something. I don't know, man. Border guard, excuse me. Double sheepdog. That's our opponent's only sheepdogs. They top deck. It's looking like we might lose a game. I'm just gonna win by virtue of having these importers. It was the right call. Mm. Alright, we can get 2 coppers, I guess. Chalice to our opponent. So we got staff, which is pretty good. The trouble is, like, our opponent theoretically gets to attack with Cutthroat before us. Um, oh yeah, I could have gotten a rope as well. But now I have a staff, which gives plus buy. So, that's pretty nice. I'll probably get attacked, which is a big problem. Because I really need this rope. Hmm. Yeah. At least they didn't get to activate their sheepdogs. But they have a lot of villages, you know? There's the Cutthroat. They didn't take it there. Are they going to get around to it? Yeah, they are. Okay. They get to fully draw deck. Uh, I think I just need that rope more than anything else. Can I draw around, though? I don't have many border guards. I do have 2 rope draws coming up. Let's do this. Let's hope for it. Hope for the best. Owls are very low. Really? Sure am getting unlucky. Should be able to win here. Yeah, I definitely don't love the way I played that. It's a very like limited board, but it has a lot of decision points as well. I don't feel like I understand exactly what I should have done differently. Importer is probably like a pair of importers is probably worthwhile, but it really slows you down early. So you have to like prioritize one or the other. But yeah, our opponent was kind of ahead the entire game, but they definitely accelerated that with importer. Alright, and so it has happened. We've lost our first game this season. The clean sweep is over. Rope returns. This looks like a weak board as well in terms of payload. It looks weak. Hmm. 4-3 seems better because you can open City Gate. Um, Not that that's a great open necessarily. We do want to hit 5, I guess, so we can play with hunting parties. Trading post, I don't know. Maybe a trading post on turn 3 or 4 is worth it, but I kind of doubt it. Rope is just too efficient. Oh, this is unlucky. Alright. Did we get a third rope? I think so. It's the only plus buy. Seems worthwhile. Then we want some hunting parties. And then some idols, I guess. Our opponent's definitely behind on trashing. Catacombs was kind of a surprising purchase. The only trouble with hunting party, like a second hunting party, we might like not draw anything, but I mean we always draw one card at least. Right, like here we have all of our treasures in hand. So if we got a hunting party, at least we'd find the other hunting party, but then that hunting party wouldn't draw anything. Or just like the one card kind of thing. Which is fine, I guess. Catacombs definitely pretty good. Right, like here, it'll clear out our entire deck, I think. Yeah. Alright. Um... So now we can get a Coin of the Realm, which means we should probably start playing with some Catacombs. I want an idol, but I can get it next turn, I'm thinking. We only got one rope into play, so it's a little bit greedy to get, like, Coin of the Realm idol, you know? Jeez, we might not find any of our 3 draw cards here, which is unlucky. Our opponent, meanwhile, finds all their draw. But they still only have the one rope and no trading post, so they're like way behind on trashing. Very unlucky. Idol's got to be better than gold. Especially, our opponent did just get a bunch of ropes, but still. The curses will apply some pressure. Not even sure if I want to trash as much as possible, but probably. Our opponent's really going in for ropes now. I suppose we probably want to get a 4th rope at some point. It's not critically important that we have, like, 4 buys, you know? But 3 buys is pretty handy. Native Village I don't love. Okay. Unfortunately, I drew the idol. But we did get our rope there. So I think I would rather get another Catacombs here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks fine, whatever. We get one rope into play. Another Catacombs. We should be good now. Yeah, I don't think the curses are going to do much anymore. But so be it. Um, well, that's our draw, so we need to put it in hand. But it is a little unfortunate, you know, that this hunting party isn't going to do anything. So I think we need to actually draw with this Catacombs. Alright, what are we going to buy here? We're going to have 8 coins, 10, up to 12. We want to get a rope. I don't need another coin, but it wouldn't be bad. Mm-hmm. Okay. Alright, second rope, point of the realm, and then here we can get a gold, I think. We trashed a lot of stuff there. The gold is another unique for hunting party to draw. Although we've already done so. Maybe I should have discarded with that Catacombs. I can see the logic. Because I would have drawn one of those cards up. Yeah, I think discarding was correct. Maybe. Sure. I'll trash the last copper. Huh? And then here we can play Catacombs and then play Hunting Party. And that does guarantee our draw. And then we can do all the good things that we want to be doing. Alright. I think I'm ready to province. Just like, I have enough coins of the realm now to support a lot of Catacombs. The overdraw means we just get more Catacombs. I think we're in a good spot. Good strong position. Our opponent still hasn't like thinned down completely. They like didn't even get all their ropes in play. Yeah, since we only have start of turn trashing, the cursing is annoying. So that's good to be aware of. Really? That's ridiculous. Okay. Uh, Wisp, sure. Okay. And we don't need another coin, so we might as well get a rope for a little more reach. Okay. On to game 3. Way of the Owl. This does not look like a great owl board. This is a really dysfunctional board. Hmm. I want to play with Sanctuary. I think I'll open Envoy, because I can set up prop rotation. And if we want, we can later, like, I don't know if we actually do anything with that Envoy. But Silver Envoy is the best way to hit crop rotation. Let me play with Sanctuaries. Treasury is not very good. Maybe at some point we add a Witch's Hut. I really don't know. Ooh, our opponent opens with the 2-5? That seems good. Witch's Hut? What? It worked out for our opponent. I guess it's a pretty good... It's not even a guarantee. Right? You play Witch's Hut, and you end up with um, 8 cards in hand, right? Those could very well be 3 estates, at which point, I guess you buy a Sanctuary, so it's not too bad. So they got the potential to curse, which is annoying. I mean, obviously they're a long way out from realizing that potential. If we draw an estate but no envoy, that's really bad for us. That did not happen. So what did our opponent get? They played 5 coppers and bought a silver? Did they not see that Sanctuary is in the kingdom? What? 5 coppers buy a silver is, like, mind-boggling. It's just baffling. Very interesting. This is not great. I think it's probably good to not play this. Because then our next turn, we have a very good chance of playing crop rotation followed by Sanctuary. So adding another Sanctuary in the shuffle seems pretty good to me. More Witch's Hut. Witch's Huts. Okay. Should I get a third sanctuary? Now that I'm not sure about. I don't hate it though. So an alternative is to get a treasury, which I don't love. We could also get the Witch's Hut, which at this point is better than Envoy, and we have plus buy, so we can potentially turn the Envoy into an animal fair. But then what are we doing with the Witch's Hut? You know? I think I want a thin deck that plays an animal fair. Like, we can move towards something that's like a golden deck. The question is whether we get a third sanctuary. I'm not sure about that. Uh, we have a lot of thinning we need to do. I'll go for it. Now, this is not ideal. Hmm. You have two sanctuaries down there. Nothing but copper, unfortunately. Hmm. Maybe I should have gotten a treasury. And we're about to get an animal fair here. I don't think I want another animal fair. So I guess I get a silver. We could... Well, we could do things, but we're not going to. Alright. I don't know if I want another silver. I don't think I do. Dang! No estate. Very frustrating. Province, yeah. I really want to buy, like, a treasury, I think. Alright, well, this is fine. think it's time to get rid of that estate. Because we can buy a province now. Let's go. That's powerful. Should we even exile that? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm fine to go for a province race right now. We'll see how it ends up playing out. I kind of like holding on to the estate because we can farmland for an island, which is pretty good. And of course, it gives us a greater chance to activate crop rotation. Wow. That's rough. That is rough. What? How did you get that witch's hut? You. You cheater. Oh, we could lose this. Dang, I really think we did this correctly, too. Wow, that's crazy. Our opponent has a crazy point setup. Okay, so to win, what can we do? In terms of coins, we only have 11, so we can get a province and a duchy through the farmland, but that's a tie, right? Wait, is that a win? No. No. It's not even close. It's like a super duper loss. So we're actually in a really bad spot. Hmm. Oh. So we can get like double duchy. I'm really not sure. if holding your 3 green cards on the deck is advisable, but so if we get double duchy, we're up to 30. If our opponent gets a duchy and we hold on to the farmland, we can tie the game. So let's do that. Oh, hey. So we might be able to win. That was a close one. It was extremely close. On to game 4, right? Yeah. Game 4. We've got Lurker and Silk Merchant. In terms of thinning, we have Crypt. And then we can potentially rebuild estates into distant lands. That's pretty neat. So I'm thinking Silver Silk Merchant into Crypt, and then maybe another Silk Merchant or an Expedition. Something like that. Seems like a pretty good start. Warehouse can set up the rebuild also. There's like a sufficiently strong engine here, I guess. Oh, Crystal Ball can also trash. I think I prefer rebuild. To deal with the states. Maybe a Crystal Ball to help thin some coppers. Could be good. We'll see how it plays out, but I think Crypt first is correct. Alright, alright. Good, good, good. This could be better. So next turn we're going to have 5. So I guess we'll do the Silk Merchant, then the Crypt. We don't give anything away that way, which is good. It's worth noting that the draw is on the weak side. Silk Merchant's a great card, but it only increases hand size by 1. And we will eventually need to get walled villages to support that. I don't think Lurker is going to be worth it. I think Silk Merchants are going to run too quickly. And then Lurker's not very good with anything else. It's kind of good with distant lands, maybe. I think we'll just rely on plus buy and stuff. That's reasonable. But you pass up your 5. Okay, next turn's going to be good here. We've got a lot of options on our turn. We're not going to trigger a shuffle, which is good. You know, something we could do is we could just get an expedition that will trigger a shuffle. I like setting aside 5 coppers on this crypt. That seems pretty good to me. Which makes me think... Well, it makes me wonder what I should get here. I'm pretty tempted to get Warehouse. At least pretty soon. But maybe next turn. This turn, a lot of options. I think Crystal Ball is reasonable. No, it actually plays kind of poorly with Warehouse. Now that I think about it. So next turn, we set aside 5 copper. So the following turn, we're going to have 2 copper. We're going to have basically these stop cards. And that's it? So I could get like a gold here. Then next turn we have 5 copper. I don't like that. Thinking about Walled Village. Then next turn maybe we get Warehouse Silver. Okay. Now this is assuming we draw our Silk Merchant here, which is no guarantee. But it was kind of likely. Now it's a 50-50. Ooh. Come on. Oh, we got the 5 copper. That's fine. Alright, so here I think we want that Warehouse along with a silver. Come on, Warehouse. Reveal yourself to me. That's the problem with Warehouse, right? If it's like, if it's these bottom 3 cards, I'm losing value. It's a good crypt. Wow, another crypt. That seems unnecessary to me. And a scouting party? What? Down there we have a walled village and a warehouse. And a silver. Now we have the silver, so down there is a walled village and a copper. So we might not need to play this warehouse. Um, I'm thinking about... We could get a gold here. We could get a rebuild. Let's get ourselves a gold. Then we'll need to get some more draw. But now we have our economy. We probably want another crypt. Either this turn or next turn. Probably the next turn. Our opponent is pretty much out of villagers, so are we. We got pretty unlucky with our draws to lose so many villagers. Silver. Okay. I don't understand what the concern is here. You can choose how many treasures to put into your crypt. Whoa! 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 Hmm. Those are estates down there. Unlucky. Unlucky. Um... We could get a crypt here. Right? Silk Merchant, Walled Village, that's kind of treading ground. We could get a Lurker to kind of threaten, you know, what our opponent's trying to do. That's fine, because we have a warehouse. We can always discard the Lurker if it's not useful. So let's do it. What is this hand? I ask you, what is this hand? Wait, are they're just trashing him? Okay. I will gladly pick up from the trash. Ooh. It looks painful. Wasting a lot of villagers with that sequencing, but... I mean, should they have even played that second Silk Merchant is the question. I wouldn't have. Wow, this is crazy. Our opponent has 2 Silk Merchants. 3 are in the trash. I have 3. I'm about to have 4. I don't think... I don't know. Is our opponent trying to get all the Silk Merchants? I guess I can reciprocate. Right? Like, if they buy a Silk Merchant here... What on earth is even happening? With 4 Silk Merchants... Yeah, I mean, they are kind of threatening. They are threatening. Alright, I'll buy a Silk Merchant. I have 2 walled villages down there. Opponent's got 4 lurkers. That's a lot of pile pressure. Whoa! Do they not want the Silk Merchants? I'm so confused. Silk Merchant's like a good card. But anyways, I gotta watch out for this pile pressure. They should really be getting a warehouse, especially if they're playing a 3 build. Another crypt, okay. Expedition, that seems reasonable. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay. So down there, I think we have another Silk Merchant. I'm not in a big rush to get any more Silk Merchants into my deck, so I might just want to stop here. And we can get, like, Crypt and some Expeditions. Maybe 2 Expeditions. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do it. Alright, we got our Crypt. This is a pretty nice start. Curious to see what my opponent does. Duchy, not distant lands. Interesting. Yeah, what are these 4 lurkers gonna do? I don't know what my opponent's, like, win condition is. It's like rebuild is their strategy. They did not get to their crypt. It's pretty bad for them. Uh-huh. Okay. So I'm thinking about rebuild. Double walled village, maybe. Hmm. We could go walled village scouting party, walled village rebuild. But I gotta imagine expedition. Well, is it worth a coffer, right? I mean, we can crypt a lot of cards. A lot of cards. We're gonna have another crypt coming up. Maybe too soon, even. Um, we could go for like rebuild gold or something. We really need the villages though. Scouting parties should be enough to like reliably get us going. And Should we bother, like, capturing any silvers? I don't think so. Like, how much money do we want next turn is a question. I think it'll be good to have 8 in case it feels like we need to get a province. I guess a second rebuild would have been reasonable. Yeah, I'll have to think about it. I think we play the crypt just to set aside like silver copper. We'll get the crypt back after a few turns, and then we'll have like a better crypt. This one might like stay aside. Probably will be set aside for the rest of the game, kind of thing. There's no point in hanging on to this from turn to turn. Clearly going for piles. They have another rebuild, so presumably they're going to play it. Okay, they don't play that rebuild. That's surprising. And they buy 2 expeditions. Okay. This is not ideal, but here we are. I think we do rebuild here. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, so I feel like I really want another walled village. Maybe it was dumb to even pick up that silk merchant. Can my opponent win on their next turn? They would have to use all their lurkers on walled villages and then buy 4 lurkers. But they don't. Do they have the buys? They do exactly have the buys, and I think they have the money. Yeah. Let's be safe. Oh boy. My last villager is gonna go away. Hmm. I think I think that's just the way it is. Yeah, we need to start buying expeditions, I think. You really want 5 lurkers, huh? I'm not sure how that contributes to a winning game plan. That I get. All villages are good. Opponent has 2 rebuilds. I do wonder. Oh, I should be looking if I can win. We're not quite there, but we are getting close. I think I have the better deck long term. I think I go ahead and get Distant Lands Expedition here. Hmm. This is unfortunate. At least this rebuild can be used effectively, but if we're hunting for walled villages, we might not find them. Jeez. So many walled villages in my deck. 5, I think. If I can't find them in freaking 9 cards. That's very unlucky. Our opponent does have 2 villagers left, and we don't. Also, the estate basically isn't there. Yeah. And we've got a very good chance to find a walled village after this rebuild and warehouse play. I just feel like my deck is just way better set up for the long game. Like, our opponent has 5 lurkers. That's a pile-out threat, but not this turn. There's like a theoretical way they can win. Maybe. I don't think it's practical, though. It would be very disappointing. I'd be disappointed in myself if my opponent was able to win here. Maybe they can. Shoot, maybe they can. Oh, they have the... oh, I think they can win. I should not have bought that distant lands. That needed to be a duchy. That needed to be a duchy. Oh, I think I've lost. Oh. Maybe it's really close, but I think I've lost. Our opponent's got another rebuild, right? They just like haven't been playing it? Yeah. I buy duchy instead of distant lands, I win. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. Come on, please. Oh, is it differently named? Okay, so they have the VP. Now if they play 5 lurkers, they just need to buy 2 lurkers, which they have the money for. And they have 3 silk merchants, so they should have the draw. This should just be a win. Dang it. If I buy duchy, I win. Ow! So stupid. So stupid. What an unforced error. What an unforced error. What an unforced error. Shoot! That's very frustrating. Just buy Dutchy, you idiot. Buy Dutchy, you freaking idiot. Alright, we got Gear Shepherd here. Um, is there anything else going on here? Oh, great. We have a 5-2, which is awful. Maybe we should be playing with War Chest. There's a lot of good stuff to gain from War Chest. I think that'll speed us up. Alright, and then plus buy is also pretty good, so I guess we open Jeweled Egg. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Maybe we play with Monkey? I don't even know. So stupid. All you need to do is play the long game. Our opponent's deck is not set up for the long game. It's so easy. Double gear. Now, do we play with 2 war chests? That still seems pretty good. There's a lot of good cards worth gaining. But I think I want to get a Sinister Plot. Get that going early, you know? Well, this is, unlucky. Whatever. There's a lot of game here. That's so frustrating. I think another gear is fine. Highway. I mean, Shepherd's really good. Maybe not in this particular situation, but I don't know. I think it's worthwhile. I guess I could have foreseen this, huh? I think we'll draw the turn we see Shepherd, maybe. That seems pretty good. So we should play with a village, probably. Right. Since we have 2 gears going into our shuffle. On the other hand, I don't mind saving a gear. It's probably good to have a village, I'm thinking. No, this is a little bit awkward. Hmm. Now our opponent doesn't have any plus buy. They're probably going to be able to buy a shepherd if they want. I think I'm going to pop Sinister Plot here. There are some bad outcomes. I mean, buying another jeweled egg isn't the end of the world. Another war chest, huh? I feel like I really want this turn to be better than it is. There are bad draws here. I think a second jeweled egg is fine. Okay. At this point, I'm pretty sure I just want another shepherd. A highway is not bad, but a shepherd we can save with a gear is pretty darn good. Okay. Now this turn is guaranteed to be good, I think. Yeah. Monkey. Okay, that's fair. Do we want these green cards in our shuffle? I don't think so. Ooh, that's really good. Just one gear to set aside. Oh, that's not ideal. Uh, okay. So now we do that. Our opponent got a monkey. Yeah, monkey's pretty good. It's really not even necessary, though. I don't think I need another war chest because I can just get a highway. I have the 2 jeweled eggs. Our opponent has no shepherds. Let's keep it that way. 1 jeweled egg. And they didn't get to play their monkey. That's good. Advisor is kind of annoying. It's kind of weird to be gaining like all this draw, and when you have so much on Sinister Plot, you know? Not ideal. Hmm. Maybe I should be getting a monkey. It's a reasonable belief. Alright, still non-terminal. They have no shepherds, so yeah. Don't have to worry about that. And they pop their Sinister Plot. Yep, yep. I still think Shepherd is the best card they could be getting. They gained a highway, okay. They didn't get a monkey in play, so that's all good. So bottom decked, like War Chest and Monkey, I think. It's a lot of monkeys. I'm not gonna draw one. It's kind of messed up, you know? Not ideal. Not terrible. Okay. I think if we just... I mean, it would be good to get another gear, I think. Just for a little more draw. I mean, we can do that with Advisor as well. Yeah, Advisor might even be better. Yeah, let's make sure we set up a good turn here. So let's pop our plot, I think. We should have this one kind of under control now. Um, I mean, our opponent's just kind of lost this game. Let's draw. I don't know. I think that should be fine. Oh, I needed to draw one more card. That was a mistake. Good thing I saved that village. All right. Last game coming up now. Yeah, our opponent didn't see, isn't familiar with the Gear Shepherd combo, it seems. The board was definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. Well, we've got donate, but our payload looks pretty weak. We've got Guardians that potentially protect against the Marauder attack. Otherwise, the Marauder attack is pretty good. I think we probably want to play with like Seer Draw ultimately. I'm just trying to decide if Marauder is worth it or not. I'm leaning towards yes. And then probably turn 3, donate, just because um, We can buy Counterfeit to trash our remaining coppers. Yeah, Marauder looks good for a change. It's like the only terminal I want to play early. Giving out rune markets doesn't help our opponent any. Yeah, you can play with Guardian, but I want the spoils with our, the small hand size from Donate. Just a question of whether we end up donating down to 4 cards or 5. And it'll depend on whether if we donate down to 4, we can like buy what we're trying to do. Counterfeit spoils is also a synergy, so I think we'll probably want to donate down to 4, would be my guess. Now, Seer can't draw spoils, which is a bit of an anti-synergy, I suppose. Seer Patrician is kind of interesting, right? Okay, this looks great. Turn 2, donate. Wow. So we do have islands here, which kind of is a little bit that pushes in the building direction. I mean, I'm going to build on this board anyway. No doubt about that. Do they get a Guardian? Or a Patrician? Let's get a village. We can get wayfarers, like, in the future. Maybe I could have trashed one more copper. I don't know. The plus buy is counterfeit, so we probably actually want 2 counterfeits. Wait, what? Oh, this is unfortunate. Yeah, this is why trashing one more copper may have been correct. Pretty nasty. We don't see... Oh, yeah. Right. Cavalry is an option. Let's remember that. Might plan to buy cavalry next turn. Actually, we can just get a wayfarer. think I want another village, along with the cavalry. Hmm. Should we start provincing? I'm thinking about it. All right, our opponent is clean, aside from their abandoned mine. Marauder is like so good in this kingdom. The junking is relevant. The spoils helps make Wayfarer cost 0 and gives a good payload target for Counterfeit. What a good card. Not to mention, it's the only terminal you want to play early. So good. Now this is not ideal. Alright, a village horse. I think we don't want to gain. How did we even get 2 spoils here? Hmm. It's a mystery to me. Hmm. Okay. I would like to gain some silvers from Wayfarer. Oh yeah, we could be getting Island as well to get rid of these provinces. That might be too slow, but time will tell. Now we have like 4 villages and 3 more horses down there, so I certainly hope we draw one of them in these 3 cards. The Marauder comes out. Could march a Marauder. I don't think that's worthwhile, but it is an option. You gotta be kidding me. This is bull. This is bull. I think it's very likely I want to gain silver, but it's not a guarantee. I have 2 more horses. Okay. Unfortunate. Yay, we have villages. Praise be. Seer is quite good. I wish I could find some room for it. Maybe I can here. I will be able to counterfeit a silver. Maybe we just get 2 provinces. If our opponent does a counterfeit, they're only going to have 4 buys, so... I mean, it depends on what our opponent does here, of course. We should put ourselves in a position where our opponent can't win. Obviously. That is the goal. Man, Seer would be so good in my deck. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have bought that first province. Or something. It's unclear. Oh boy. You're gonna make me do math, huh? So counterfeit trashing silver is gonna be worth 1 more. Excuse me, 3 coins total. Or you can just, yeah. I think either way, if I get 2 provinces, my opponent's kinda screwed, right? Maybe if they take a province here, they're not completely screwed. Jeez. Alright, so they have 3 counterfeits, which is up to 6 buys. So if I empty 2 provinces, they can't win by getting 3 provinces and 5 duchies. They just don't have the buys for that. So yeah, I think they really needed. I have another Wayfarer, I think. Right? Or did our... what did I buy? I did not get another Wayfarer. I might be out of draw. Hmm. I think either way. Might be correct for us to dance around province now. The absolute most I can get here is what? 1, 2, 3. Oh, if I do it, if I go all in here, I can get 2 provinces. Right? Because one of them comes from the silver. And then we play the second counterfeit twice. Alright, now let me just be super sure. Our opponent has 6 buys, right? Because they get 5 from their counterfeits. They have no other source of plus buy. They could potentially get a counterfeit and a cavalry, but they just don't really have the money for that. I don't think it works for them. We might as well just, like, not play our cavalries, right? Yeah, this works. I mean, I think I've got my opponent in a bind. As long as I draw this turn, which seems easy enough, I think I'll be able to get... I mean, it's not for sure I'll be able to get 2 provinces. If I do, it definitely locks in a win. I don't know, I have a lot of Wayfarers. But 4 sets of Wayfarers isn't actually going to draw a deck. Along with the horses, that gives a... Wait, did we play all 3 of our cavalries? I think we did. So that's another 12 cards? That's really good, yeah. How many silvers did I have at the end of the last turn? I think 0. So, I think it's probably important to gain some silvers. No, here's a silver. Oh, that was dumb. Alright, do we have what we need in our hand right now? Nope. So if we get one more spoils, then I think we have it. Well, that's a silver. That's not enough either. Okay. That was poorly done. That was poorly done. Why did I play that village? Whatever. I should be happy enough with 2 provinces. I don't 100% win here, unfortunately. Yeah, we could have played that last turn better. Gain 1 fewer silver. Then we could have played 1 more. Well, unclear. It's tricky. I don't know. I mean, we're in a very strong position, but our opponent can theoretically win with, like, islands and stuff. They should be buying islands. Alright. I think I just get a Guardian. Let me just make sure that our opponent can't win again. They have 6 buys. That's 9 points, and then 4 times 4 is 16. Yeah, that's not enough. Alright. So, 4-2 result. Not as good as our previous ones. Definitely should have won game 4. But we messed up. Alrighty. There will be 2 more matches left in the season. Hopefully I can get a strong finish. Until the next one.